Hello and welcome to my controller 1999 playthrough. So why am I going to do this with a controller? A lot of people seem to think you need to have a tremendous, well not even a tremendous amount of skill, but like a decent amount of skill to beat 1999 mode. Some people feel like they can't beat it, or they just actually can't. So the point of this video is I am not good with a controller, and if I can beat 1999 mode, you easily can. So this is the first video in a series where I'm just going to be beating 1999 mode with a controller, going over different tactics, showing you what works, showing you what doesn't. So yeah, so that's the overview. So let's get to it. So I'm going to go ahead and loot a bunch of stuff before I even go into the Raffle square. So I just skipped all the boring parts of you going through some scripted cutscenes and all these things. Just going to jump right into it. Get some coins here. So you can kind of see from how slow I'm looking around, I'm definitely using a controller. That, and you can see like the button prompts, like if I run up to here. Actually search trash can. I'm going to be aiming with strafe for everything, so alright, let's get on with it. Dang, I jump high, holy crap. Yay, the raffle! What's the raffle? Oh my god!
Sorry, no sale.
No sale.
There's never a charge for the
Sorry,
raffle.
no sale. My name's Booker Do It. If you tell me to do something, I have to do it. Because my name is Booker. The bowl! Prettiest young white girl. Alright then. Guy walking away all cocky.
What do you know?
Over here.
Number 77, come and claim your prize.
Alright. I'll claim my prize. But why do they have a raffle anyways? For the first person to throw a baseball at a dude? Alright.
Taking your coffee black these days.
Oh. Oh. Alright. Right trigger. Alright, I'll just throw it at. I'll try to throw it at the announcer. I feel like they could have let you throw it at Fink though.
Where'd you get that brand?
Like they could have let you throw it at Fink and they wouldn't have had a controversy.
False shepherd.
I understand why they didn't let you throw it though. It makes sense. They'd have a nightmare to deal with, so can't really blame them for that. I mean, to be fair though, they did like try to include all this race stuff in their game, so, and they didn't really take any risks with it. But whatever, that's not why I like this game. I just like the combat. All right, wide to melee. All right, good to know. All right, so I'm gonna obviously melee as many people as I can, just moving back and forward. I'm getting shot, aren't I? Dang, I'm about to die. Holy shit. Alright. Let's get some items. Alright, it should be a pistol boy coming up. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. Alright. Oh shit. There we go. Alright. Alright, so off to a rough start, I would say. Pretty low on health right now. Let's get some... Let's purchase some upgrades. Yes, possession. Alright, definitely need some health. Alright, we're going to possess this. Some ammo. Some health. Great. I'm actually not going to help the turret at all. It should be able to kill them. I might as well. I'm bored. I was bored for like all of 0.2 seconds. Alright, we'll get some more resources. So we're actually just going to run around now. We're going to backtrack for a second. Alright, so the easiest thing to do in that section is to possess the turret. And just kind of chill out. I'm going to flank this side now. So if you're actually following along with me, like not in real time, but like overall, this is what I would recommend doing. Which is kind of like a guy over here. I don't even think he attacks you.
Not getting out of here alive, Fox. What you've done, you're gonna burn.
Alright, that's very silly. Alright, let's possess this. For cleanup. This should kill most of the dudes in here. I'm actually going to use this opportunity to run forward. And just like run past this. Should be some more guys. Alright. Alright, I'm just gonna go for body shots for this section just because the turret's shooting me in the back. Alright. Should be some apples or something coming up. So yeah, I'm just gonna flank this side. I'm not gonna bother with the turret. You can just possess it once and then just run. And you can get all your salts back, it's not a problem. Some health and like all the containers. Alright, Fireman fight coming up.
It's getting hot. What's going on?
What's going on? It's getting hot. What's going on in here? Alright, aim at head level. Let's dodge that. Dodge that. You can kill these like surprisingly fast if you just shoot at head level. And you can just hit them again. Oh dang, he almost one-shot me. If you hit them again while they're running at you, they'll blow up, so. Alright, get the Devil's Kiss, great. You need this for the thing. To trigger the gate opening, so. Hear that? This is how I feel right now. It's a level of excitement we got going on in we'll call it the studio, this room that I record in. This is now the studio. There's a lot of excitement in the studio. Got a few different people coming out tonight. We're gonna have a great show. Alright, let's see. Alright, so now you have Devil's Kiss. You now have 2 vigors. Hooray. You have they're both good to be honest. For this fight you can just possess the turret and it makes it really easy. So you don't even have to worry about almost anything. So you can just like hang out next to the turret, like behind it, possess it. It should either die or kill all of them. Let's see what happens first. It's usually pretty close. Oh, they got it. Alright, so yeah, you can just possess that turret. And there should be salts, I think, like right next to the turret too. Maybe I have that wrong. There should be salts around here though. Yeah, there's some salts right here. So if you use possession on turrets and on high impact enemies, even when it costs as much as it does right now, it's very worth it. So, just a easy tip. And also these explode if you shoot them. I actually almost got killed by one in the previous video and didn't realize they could be detonated in such a way. Alright, so if you get to this point of the game, this is where it starts to get easy. You get your shield, you get some infusions. This ship's like default with the game. Most of these upgrades do. I'm not going to be getting all of them though. I'm pretty sure I can avoid not getting all of them. So to make it even harder, I might as well not get any of the gear. Or just unequip it all if it forces me to get it. So, alright. Okay, so you get a bunch of crap. I'm actually going to not pick up any of it. So they give you all this gear. Feel free to grab it. I'm not going to use any of it. I'm not even going to use the infusions. I'm going to do this like hardcore for this playthrough. So that if I can beat this with a controller with none of this shit, you should easily do it. Alright. And I'm going to go over each battle too, right? So you actually have like some help as well. Alright. Pick up the shield upgrade. Great.
Between life and death. Surprising. Surprising that
Whoops. I just wasted a shit ton of salt. Luckily, we have most of it back. Alright, what do we got? Beer. Chips are good, and soda pop is good, because soda pop restores Eve, whatever. Oh, we'll call it Eve, it's basically what it is. Salts. Alright. Oh, are they gonna not let me go through until I grab all this? Alright, let's see. All right, I'll grab the gear, but I'm gonna unequip them. Because it makes the game easier. I don't know why this is even a thing for the DLC. Let's see. Alright, will she move now? I wonder if I can get by her. See if I can jump over her. Oh, I think I can. I might be able to. I actually might be able to. Alright, I almost got through. Let me do this on mouse and keyboard really quick. So I can crouch. If I can get through this. Shit. Oh, you can't get through. Alright. Alright, do I have to grab everything? Let's just try. Whoops. I keep doing that. Let's just try. Alright, let me go back to this, I guess. Alright, let me just grab all the gear really quick. See if that'll trigger it. Because I don't want to grab the infusions, but I think they actually make you. Which is kind of annoying. Yeah, I think they're going to actually force me to grab everything. Alright. Alright, so if you have this, just get salts infusions. Why salts infusions? It's simply the best thing. Like the order you should be getting these in is salts, shield, and then health. So you want to max out salts because salts are finite. Like there's only so much salt in the game. Okay, now they'll let me through. Alright. Alright, so let's actually unequip the gear. Whoops, where is it? Is it select? Okay, here we go. Okay, let's actually unequip this. Shit. To make it even harder, but it'll let me. Oh, I'm hitting back. Okay. Alright. Can we not unequip gear? Alright, I'll just equip the worst gear I have then. Sure. Sugar rush. That's so stupid. Fuck. This is like... I hit over. Okay. Alright, what do we got? I guess this is the least broken. Okay. I'm never going to use Skyline attack, so it's fine. Alright, so definitely get the... Holy shit. Oh yeah, that Sugar Rush thing. I was like, what the hell? Alright, I'm going to actually switch... This is like really fucking with me. I'm going to switch off of that. This is actually really fucking with me. Alright, fine. I'll just use this. Alright. So this section's pretty easy. You just have to go through it. Just like to get to here. Note you can drop down here. And there sometimes are items. Also get a nice little headshot on this guy. You can Skyline strike him too, which is much easier to do. Alright. Jump up here, get the SMG. Alright, now, should you use the SMG right away? You can. It doesn't matter. It's all about preference. If you want to just get accurate headshots, stick with the pistol. If you want something that's a little bit more forgiving, the SMG is fine. Body shots with the pistol are fine too, so... Alright, let's see, switch weapons. Oh, dang. Alright, I'm gonna actually switch to the pistol. Oops. Okay, that actually worked out. So you can go for body shots on vulnerable dudes. Like that. Shit, I didn't even see him. They must have pushed up already. Alright, let's aim with strafe. Retire. Okay, let's just hit him with this. Alright, so my controller aim, as you can see, is quite terrible. So if I can beat this with a controller on 1999 mode, you should easily be able to beat this. I'm not even experienced with controller aim. I'll get used to it as I go too, and I'll probably get better as I play, but for now it's going to be quite a poor display. Alright, so you can possess this turret, and it can be useful, but I'm just going to do this. Hope that hits. It did, but... Alright, this is a little annoying. Let's go over this way. Alright, so you can lay down some traps because you're about to get pushed by a bunch of enemies, so it's not a bad idea to do that. Switch to possession. So possession's actually really good because it crowd controls enemies and distracts them. So if I possess this annoying turret, I get a bunch of enemies to come up to me. Theoretically. They'll come up to you. Alright, there it goes. I'm gonna help out my turret. That thing's trying to shoot me, so I'm just gonna actually push up. Get possession out, just in case I need it. Always get salts. Alright, for this section, possess this turret. It will provide you a distraction. You can take your time picking them off, being careful, waiting for them to focus on the turrets. Oh shit. Oh, is there a dude next to me? Oh, there is. Okay. Alright, looks like he killed them all, so. Great. Alright, we're just gonna run through. Just gonna do this. Alright, so the reason we're doing this is we're just to ignore that turret, because it's not going to be relevant to us anymore, because this is a linear game. So you can do things like that. Also note there is an infusion in here you'll need a key for. You can loot most of this. Some stuff in here, box phone. You can search end tables. So the key is in the upcoming area. We'll backtrack, so I'll actually go through that. Alright, this guy is not hostile. Some silver bar here. Eat some candy. It's a coin curse. There's a coin curse. There's a coin curse there, you know. Sure to not forget that. Alright, so far so good. Basically, you just want to be using possession on turrets as needed. When you can hit an enemy. Oh, is that actually still a problem? No, it's not. Okay, that's what I thought. That's right. That's right. Alright, this next section might give you some trouble, but I'll show you an easy way to deal with it. You'll eat all these apples. Make sure you loot. Where is this? I hear an enemy, but I don't know where he's at. Actually might want to kill that enemy. Alright, whatever. We'll just continue on. Alright, so for this section, one of the easiest things to do is just to hold this position, because there's only one way in to here.
It was bound to happen.
This opening. Like, enemies can enter from here or from the other door. Over here. There's also a health kit in here, if you need it. There's some other things. There's like a salts thing. Like right here. Some machine gun. Alright. So here's what I'm going to do. Just kill a guy. Oops. Or not. Alright, switch to Devil's Kiss if you need it. Alright, I'm gonna actually run this way. Okay. Alright, Alright, I just did that to be very aggressive. So you can use Devil's Kiss to create openings. And you can always use melee to finish off weak foes that are right in your face. So what I'm doing now is I'm just holding an angle and peeking. Peeking is when you just make yourself visible to take shots. Very basic FPS tactic. Alright, now we're going to be a little crazy. See if this works. So I'm just sprinting at the turret. It's now my buddy. Why did I do that? That dude just killed the turret for me. Oh shit. I just took a pretty good amount of damage from... oh, there's a guy over there. Alright, that actually didn't work out the way I had hoped, but... should be salvageable. Alright. To kill some of these enemies. Feel free to sprint around as needed to regen. So waiting in cover usually isn't the best idea for regenning. You're usually better off sprinting. Oh, he's over here now? Okay. Alright, that's the guy who kept shooting me for chip damage. Alright. Alright, let's actually focus on this guy now. Alright, so these are a little annoying to deal with on console because your movement isn't as good as it is on PC. Usually just because of the joysticks. So, let's see if we can get some damage on him. Alright, let's just switch to SMG. Alright, I'm almost dying. I'm gonna heal myself really quick. Oh wait, there's a health kit in here. Alright, let's grab that. Great. Alright, now we're gonna fight him. So one easy thing you can do with these, with Firemen, is if you can get like a hallway or something, force them to like come to you in a straight line. It's pretty easy to deal with them. Alright, he's dead. Great. Alright. Alternatively, you can possess the Fireman. That can be quite effective. So, something else to keep in mind. Alright, this isn't lootable. Generally speaking, you always want to be hitting these for cash. I'll buy a little bit of ammo. Alright. So, this is probably one of the harder sections. It's not really too bad once you get through it, but... okay, so we have to go over here. I think there might be something over here, though. Maybe not. All right. So there is a kind of big fight coming up. There is a health kit here, some salts here. So the easiest way to handle this fight is to just use a possession trap on all of the enemies. For these like stragglers, I would just kill them. Should be a guy who pushes you from this side. Oops. I actually meant to crouch. I didn't know what the button was. So you can mostly just aim with strafe, as you can see here. Just to keep your crosshair head level, aim with strafe. Pretty simple. You can always hold corners and adjust your aim too. Alright, what else do we have? Anyone else? Alright, so there's quite a lot of salts laying around, so be quite good. So for this next section, we're going to use a possession trap on this group of enemies to AoE possess them. This is actually quite easy to do. You just have to charge possession. So I'm going to be very careful, because if it hits like a wall or something, it'll completely ruin it. So charge possession. Come to this balcony. Jump, shoot it. And all of them are dead except for like this one. And then there's some new ones that come in. So now you just have to fight those. There's a guy pushing me right now, so be aware of him. Should be... I think he was flanking this side. Oh, cool. Possessed guy helped me. And they'll kill themselves too, which is nice. So very often, if you're just patient, you can easily get headshots, so it's just something to keep in mind. And the nice thing about this section is you can loot all these bodies, and there's a lot of salts here, so you should be able to get back to full salts pretty easily. There's like a few things on the seats too. I think there's like a purse or something, maybe a wallet. Maybe not. All right. Okay. You can explore, but there's also an infusion up here. Let's grab that. Always max out salts. Always max out salts. All right, here's the key. So we can backtrack now to go get that infusion I mentioned earlier. So we'll actually do that. We might as well. There's no reason not to. Just takes like a minute or so to... You just hold in sprint and just go back. There might be some enemy spawns, so just be aware of that. If you're wondering why there's like enemies. Enemies do respawn in some areas where you backtrack. Kind of like how it is in BioShock 1. So a lot of people were saying, like in some comments, like in like some of the things, they were like, "Oh, BioShock Infinite has no exploration." And I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, like when I'm playing the game, I feel like I'm constantly exploring, and there's always sections for backtracking where, you know, new enemies will spawn in, like right here. New enemies spawned in. Oh, there's a dude right next to me. My bad, I'll pay attention to you. Oh, I'm being flanked. Shit. Oh, I'm about to die. About to die, use possession. Draws fire off of you, for the most part. Possess him now. Did that hit him? No, it didn't hit him. Oh, it hit. Okay, cool. He's sometimes the people with the melee weapons are actually pretty dangerous and can mess up enemies pretty well. All right, so yeah, enemies do dynamically spawn in this game, and there is backtracking, and there definitely is exploration, so I don't know why people say that. I think a lot of people are just mad that this game isn't BioShock 1, to be honest. And a lot of the criticisms are usually like story-based, like, oh, the story is this or the story is that. And, you know, most stories have problems. You can find plot holes in anything if you look for them. Not to excuse plot holes, but... It's just true though. Like if you analyze like almost any storyline, you can always come up with some solution the writer didn't think of that kind of makes the story pointless. All right, let's unlock this chest. Fusion, more salts, great. Some health kits, cool. So yeah, there's definitely exploration in this game. Definitely backtracking. I think, like, mechanically, this game is really solid. That's why I do beat it again every now and then. I wish it was actually longer. That's my only complaint about this game. I wish there was more to it. More stuff. Maybe some more interesting weapons, like the crossbow, for example. The volley gun's cool, though. Just can't headshot, unfortunately. I would really enjoy that. Something like a crossbow-type weapon in this game. That'd be pretty sweet. And they did basically bring it back in... Burial at Sea Part 2, but it just wasn't as, I don't know. You didn't need to get headshots, it just insta-killed, and it was okay, though. It wasn't, like, it wasn't really horrible, but... What I would actually like to see, after BioShock 4 ships, maybe if they just completely remake BioShock 1, like, from the ground up, like, make, like, a new one in, like, I don't know, 5 years or so or something, that'd be cool. Because people really like BioShock 1, and I feel like if they just made Rapture bigger and like added more content to it and just kept the story the same, that people would really enjoy that. I'm all about remakes if they're done well. It could be pretty cool. I would buy it. It'd be nice if they buffed the shotgun too in like a potential remake. I don't know that they'd ever make a remake of this game, but it'd be nice. I'm only saying this because the System Shock remake is shipping soon, so I'm pretty excited for that, but I never actually played System Shock 1, so I actually have an opportunity to play a remake that looks pretty good, actually, so I'm going to be making content for that soon. Alright, so for this section, you will be fighting a crow boy. You can get this going if you want. You can use fire traps to kind of help you. Let's see, do I need anything? No, I'm pretty good. Alternatively, you can just like hit him with Devil's Kisses directly, or just use positioning. If you run like a madman, you can generally avoid crows, like the dudes. All right, so you can move this bookshelf. There should be a piece of gear in here. The only problem with the gear system in this game is because of the mandatory DLC on like Steam, and you can disable it, but it's like stupid to do so. Like there's really no reason to do that. Oh, this is actually really good. This is actually very good. Like the problem is some of the gear is just straight up worse than the gear you start off with now. But like as you saw in that case, I got a good piece of gear. So, but I feel like they shouldn't have a thing where it's like you buy a DLC and it's like pay to win. That's stupid. Okay. Did I check out this area? No, I did not. All right. So let's see if there's anything interesting in here. There's like some lootable. Yeah, you can loot these. Like some ammo, some coins, a voxophone. How do you play this? Oh, there you go. Okay. Apparently I hit up. Alright. So, pistol DPS with headshots is really strong. SMG DPS is really strong. Putting vulnerability on the dude really helps. So, and you're going to be encountering these as you go out in the game, so this is just your first taste. It's not a bad idea to set traps. You can set a few traps if you want. There's enough salts that it doesn't really matter. If you want to make this fight really easy, you can just like set, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 traps like this. And just lead them through them. Then look for salts in the map, because there should be a few salt vials. Here's another one. Alright, yeah, where do you basically back up to? Alright, so we'll just lead them into this. I'll SMG him just for the hell of it. Oh, that actually AoE set them off. Okay, so don't set them off close to each other. I don't know why it's... You can just like set one down, I guess. Wait for him to come to you. Alright, so that's not really that hard. You get Murder of Crows. Alright, so what's the difference between Murder of Crows and, what is it? Possession, as far as crowd control. So Murder of Crows lets you be inaccurate, so you don't need to aim directly at a dude. Same thing is true of Possession, but Murder of Crows is more lenient, and it can kind of crowd control clusters of enemies, and it puts vulnerability on them, and it's much cheaper. So from this point on, you can just start using Murder of Crows on most things. So let's actually demo this. That's Possession. I accidentally switched to Possession. Alright, so Murder of Crows, put it on a dude, run up to them, shoot them. It kind of converts combat into like a very brainless thing, where you just like mess up dudes pretty easily. It's also quite effective, like it's very cheap. So, and when you get the upgrade that the dead bodies leave behind crow traps, it's very insane, so it's quite a good ability. Alright, so there's definitely some stuff over here. You can drop down on these. There's usually items in here, like some like random food. Sometimes there's coins in there. It's random, so.
Constants and variables, am I right, guys? Am I right? Constants and variables. Wow. Wow.
Like, honestly, like, most of the criticism videos of this game are just, like, about the plot. But I only play it for the gameplay. Like, the plot's okay. I don't think it's the best plot, but it's not, like, horrible. I mean, you know, it's experimental. It has, like, dimensions and shit and time travel. It's not going to be, like, you know, some emotionally moving plot. It's, like, decent, though. I would say it's a good plot. It's not bad. Alright, so there is a non-combatant in here, but unfortunately for her, the crows do not care about that, and she gonna die. Alright. So you can kind of see there, like, crows is insane. vulnerability is very strong. It scales your damage. You don't even have to go for headshots. And honestly, what I'm gonna, if you want to follow like the weapons I'm using and everything, I'm gonna be running volley gun. And with the volley gun, you just put vulnerability on enemies and shoot them once with it and they die. It's very insane. So with crows, like crows and volley gun is very strong. So we're probably gonna try to get the crow upgrade. Alright, so that's actually not the way you need to go. That's just like a little optional thing. You know, there's no exploration in this game. I don't like when people make arguments that aren't accurate. Like, if you have a good argument about, like, the plot or something, fine. But I don't like when people say, oh, this game doesn't have X or Y when it clearly has both. It's like, oh, this game doesn't have exploration. It's like, yes, it does. What are you talking about? Like, it's a lot like Half-Life, like 2, right? Like in Half-Life 2. It's a linear game, but there's exploration in the maps. You can, like, backtrack. I probably missed some items somewhere. Like, even in this section right here. Here's where we need to go. But there's stuff over here. Even though there's not, like, a ton of depth to this little section here, there's even exploration in this, like, little snippets, right? There's, like, a little bit. Alright, so this is the end of the first section. I will see you in the station.